For Fatu, who is not going to be in today, we have the privilege today to listen to our sister Crystal to, give us a summary of the book, Failing Forward by John Maxwell. So, as usual, Sister Crystal will present, and at the end, we all get a chance, to give our input if we have any question, and then we'll go from there. So, Crystal, you have the floor if you.
All right,
Thank
thank
you.
you. Thank you, Fred Thomas, for the introduction. So today we read and we're discussing today Failing Forward. Can you all see my PowerPoint?
Yes.
Okay, great. Failing Forward.
Yes.
Okay, great. Turning mistake into stepping stone for success by John Maxwell. Maxwell is not a new author to us. We read two of his books, the 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth and the 21 Irrefutable Law of Leadership so far. Um, so today I'm just gonna go through my PowerPoint. Okay, so a little bit about the author. There he is. These are some other books that um, um, we may want to read. He's a huge author. He's read a lot of books. He's written a lot of books. So these are some few more that we can read in the future. So, just a little bit about him. He's an international respected leadership expert, speaker, and a best-selling author who has sold over 19 million books. He's a founder of Equip, a non-profit organization that has trained more than 5 million leaders in 126 countries worldwide. This is his website. Okay, so the big idea of this book is that there's no one average people. I mean, the major difference between an average person and an achiever, and redefine failure, remove the you from failure, take action to reduce fear, change your response to failure, and accept responsibility. That's the really big ideas that we're going to be going over with this. So he continues. He says, Don't let failure from outside get inside you. Say goodbye to yesterday. Change yourself, and your word changes. Get over yourself and start giving yourself. Find the benefit in every bad experience. It says, if at first you do succeed, try something harder. Learn from a bad experience and make it a good experience. Work on your weakness that weakens you. And it says there's not much difference between failure and success. Get up, get over it, get doing. So he says that the difference, these are the two words that he's emphasizing, the difference between average people and achievers. People perception of and response to failure. That's really the big difference, because really the way you perceive things can either make you succeed or be average or be an achiever. So he's talking about our perception and the response that we have to when things don't work out in our life, which always happen. It says redefine failure. Failure is unavoidable. Failure is not an event. That means it's not something that just it doesn't happen so often, or it's not part of forever in your life. Failure is not an objective. It's not irreversible. It's not final. Because a lot of people think because they fail, that's it. So it says to remove the you from failure. Fear of failure stop forward progress. And he also says that if you are not failing, or if you're not doing something bad that you can correct, that means that you are not making progress. It says paralysis, procrastination, and unpurposefulness. Remove the you from failure. Don't say, oh, it happened to me. The you, don't make it personal. It is not personal. It says take action to reduce your fear. Taking action helps us to reduce our fear. Change your response to failure. People's common reaction to failure is they are angry, they cover up mistake, they speed up, they back up, they give up. It won't work out. Like change that perception of do everything that is opposite of this stuff, because the way we respond to failure help either makes us really fail at the thing, or it makes us be successful. So he's saying let's change our mindset about what we say when we fail. It's just like that book about stress. When you have stress, the way you think about it either helps you. You can use that opportunity in a good way, or you can use it in a very bad way, depending on your perception of the thing. Don't let failure from outside get into you. Failure is not an inside job. Start cultivating the right attitude, which is everything, literally. Um, Contentment is not containing your emotion. Um, Contentment is not maintaining your current situation, or contentment is not power or money. Um, say goodbye to yesterday. Sign of being held hostage by the past. Comparison, rationalization, isolation, regret, bitterness, it does not help us. This one is saying that if something happens today, you have to be able to close that book and say, okay, yesterday was not so good. But guess what? When you wake up, you have to have that positive attitude that today is going to be the best day of your life. And that's how you move forward. You cannot take yesterday mistake into today. It's true, you still have to learn from it, but don't take that same energy to carry on. And it says change yourself and your world changes. The process of change and looking at your mistake. See yourself clearly. Admit your flaws honestly. Discover your strength joyfully. Build on strength passionately. Change yourself and your world changes. It's just like Joseph Murphy book. Like this, I like the Bible for me. Like it just it's so simple yet so powerful, and I just love it. Um, it says get over yourself and start giving yourself. How to add value to others. Put others first. Find out what others need. Meet the needs of others with excellence and generosity. When we stop thinking so much about me, and we can think about how to make someone's life better, even if with the simplest thing, you are not so much focused in your inner being, because that only makes you more sad, because you have to be able to give to be able to receive, because if you don't do that, it just you feel trapped, and it just makes you hold on to some stuff that you really will be able to release when you think about others, how to make others life a little bit easy, even if in the little or simplest things, even just saying hi to someone, or just get out of yourself a little bit, get over yourself. Find the benefit in every bad experience. Benefits of adversity. It creates resilience, it develops maturity, it pushes future performance, it provides great opportunities, it prompts innovation, it motivates. Find the benefit in every bad situation, because, yes, believe it or not, there is a good side to every bad thing. You sometimes we don't even need to think hard. It's just that it's there as much as the bad stuff are there. It just depends on where we are focusing on, or what we are looking at, or how we are really our feelings and stuff. So if we can direct that into the good stuff, then we take that, because remember, where your mind goes, that's what you're going to absorb. If you absorb the good, then that's what is going to help you, and that's what you're going to carry with you to your next adventure, your next failure, because failure is part of us. It makes us even better than all the good stuff that we have. Take a risk. There's no other way to fail forward. There is no other way to fail forward beside taking a risk. Sorry, I think my PowerPoint. Let me see. Okay. All right. Take a. Oh, let me. Okay. Okay. It says take a risk. There's no other ways to fail forward. Work on your weaknesses that weakens you. Work on your weaknesses that weakens you. Top 10 reasons why people fail. Poor people skill, a negative attitude, a bad fit, a lack of focus, a weak commitment. It says write down things that you see that you can work on, because one thing I have really learned is if you can be aware of a weakness, everything else comes into play for you to be able to quickly observe that or find ways to avoid it. Ignorance is a huge deception. So if we don't know, we don't take care of it. So if we can have that awareness and know our weaknesses, it helps us take steps to not even in the first place get there. And sometimes me, I write them down, and it helps me even with visualization. What do I want to do with it? So work on weaknesses that weakens us. Um, ooh, I think I want to fuck. Let me go back. Okay, it says unwillingness to change. You don't have the desire to change. A cut mindset. Oh, let me do this quick. Let me do that quick. Doesn't get it. It doesn't long term when you really think about it. It does not get you anywhere. Relying on talent alone. My dad always says, he says, um, hard work beats talent when talent does not work hard enough. So if you think, oh, I'm so good at this, but you don't put in the time to really percept or to really sharpen that talent that you have, someone who works harder will do better than you. Poor information gathering, the absence of a goal. Okay, there is not much difference between success and failure. The 4 point plan for approaching achievement. It says find a purpose, eliminate excuses, develop incentives, cultivate determination. Like if you finish a project at work or something, or if you finish a project that you're doing home, take a break and maybe take a, I don't know, take a weekend drive or something. Give yourself incentive purposefully so you can reward yourself for the good stuff that you're doing and then you can move on. It says eliminate excuses, huge. Um, it says get up, get over it, and get going. Forward, falling forward. Forward, it has meaning for all those letters in the word forward. It says finalize your goal, order your plan, risk failing by taking action. Action. Welcome mistakes, which is a wonderful thing. Welcome mistake. It's not the end of the word. Advance based on your character. Reevaluate your progress continuously. There's no destination, it's a continuous work and is one of the best things that we can even ask of human being because we can get so saturated with things that go on in our life. So reevaluating things helps us put things back into perspective and move forward with our goals. It says to develop new strategy to succeed. So I put together throughout the book. John talked about he quoted a lot of others thinkers that I really liked. So I put few of them together, and the most commons to me, the most that really resonated with me, and this most of these people we know about. Thomas Edison. He was a president, I believe. Um, he says frequently reference for his attitude towards failure, especially with his famous quote, I have not failed. I just found 10,000 ways that won't work. So I guess Thomas Edison was one of the creator of, I think he created something. I'm not sure if it is electricity. I don't
The
know.
light, the light bulb,
The
the
light
light.
bulb. Thank you. Electricity. Yes. Great. Yeah. So it says, I have not failed. I just found 10,000 ways that won't work. And then Norman Vincent Peale. This is, we've read Norman's, I think, one or two books. So this is the pastor of Trump. Trump used to go and see this guy. So he said he's known for his teaching on positive thinking, quoted on mindset and perseverance. And I can remember very, positive guy. And then Winston Churchill. Was this a president
A prime minister of the UK
of UK? Okay, yes, I remember. It says
during
success.
World War II.
What was that?
No, no, I say he was a prime minister during the Second World War.
Okay, in UK.
Mhm.
Okay, thank you. It says a success is going from failure to failure without loss of enthusiasm. What a way to say it. Just wonderful. Napoleon Hill, the author of Think and Grow Rich, referred for his belief in power of perseverance and mindset. So right there, the same thing as Norman Vincent. Zig Ziglar, we read his book, known for motivational teaching, quoted on his attitude and failure. Um, Albert Einstein quoted on perseverance, on the nature of learning through trials and error. Abraham Lincoln, my favorite former president, what should I say, gone. Um, he referenced him on his many early failures and ultimate success as a president. Um, So yeah, that's all I have. The book is I listened to it all is something that is a wonderful book. And the reason why I did this quote is just to tell us that the idea is there from every book somehow that we're reading. The idea is that we have to take things positively, no matter how bad things are. We have to fail to be able to be progressing. Um, there's no such thing as quitting, or you have to go at it till there's no more going. So with that, I'm going to end my presentation. Thank you all for listening.
Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much, Tita Crisel, and for taking your time, the care to put all of this together, and then going, slide by slide to present it to us. I think I appreciate it. And on behalf of the group, also, I'll say thank to you. Without any delay, I would like to open the floor to everyone who have, like, as usual, 3 minutes, to elaborate about, our comment, our takeaway, or if we have question also, and we can ask question. So the floor is open.
Thank you very much for your presentation. That was really, really interesting,
You're welcome.
especially with the quotes. I wasn't expecting them that many. Yeah. And Thomas Edison, as you said, he is not a president. He's,
Yeah, the
he's the
founder.
one who invented the light or the light bulb.
Yeah. Frank
Yeah.
Kennedy corrected me on that. Thank you.
Ah, okay.
Thank you.
No problem.
Yeah, I can go
So
briefly.
who would like to jump in?
Yeah, I would like to jump. I would like to go.
Okay, okay, we all 3 minutes. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Fred Thomas. Very good presentation, Crystal. Great job. Very good book. Great information that you've shared. Um, Great. I don't know if it's the PowerPoint, but anyways, great book. The only thing I want to say is, like Crystal already presented, this book is talking to all of us, right? About the way we have to handle failure. Personally, I would say you can lie to everybody, right? But you never lie to your own self. So uh, sometimes it's good to look at yourself in front of the mirror and ask yourself good questions about yourself if you really if you're really what you are presenting um, um I mean, to other people out there, like if you really what you're presenting out there. So stuff like that will help you to improve yourself and to grow, right? To become a better version of yourself. Never being afraid of going through failure, right? Because that's the only way um, you you can grow. It's the only way. There is no other way you can grow. Life is the best teacher. You have to fail before you learn some stuff, right? If you even I think some of the books that we have read in the past, you see, I forgot the title, but one of them was one of those author was telling us that most of the successful people will tell they, they will tell you how many times they have failed in the past before getting where they are today. So failure is not a bad thing; it's a good thing. Just take it positively and then learn from that failure and improve yourself and keep moving forward. Never stop. It's a journey, right? So yeah, that's what I wanted to say. And thank you, Christelle, for the presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve.
Very much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Yeah. So thank you, Steve. And Steve, stay in the 3 minute time frame. So we're all gonna try to do that today. Who want to go in next? No, the floor is open. Beyond, Shrel, Shali, Nasif.
I guess I'll just hop in. I don't really have a lot to say. I want to thank Christelle for the presentation. It was a great presentation. Um, the book definitely, it was one of those books that like says a lot of what we've heard before, just in a different way, right? But I think it's always good to hear it again from like a different perspective, right? And I do like the emphasis on how the author makes failure not about you, right? Because if you make failure about you, then you see any improvements that you think need to happen to you, and if you don't see those results immediately, that might discourage you, right? But again, it's about stepping back, learning from the situation, trying to learn things that'll help you in the future. But other than that, it was a great presentation, Christelle, and I hope everyone has a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kira. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Anyone want to? Beyond, do you want to jump in? What is your takeaway? What you learned from?
Yeah. Well, what I learned from this book is that to stop failing is to stop learning entirely. And if you stop learning, you stop growing. That's the simplest definition I got from this book.
Okay, beyond your abstract is very quick. So, what is your takeaway? What you do from this book moving forward? If I can ask you a question, like two things that you from reading this book or listening to Chriselle, you will do differently moving forward.
Keep trying endlessly, even when it seems meaningless, like it's a Sisyphean task.
Good.
Okay, that's cool. Cool. Thank you for answering my
Thank you.
question.
Thank you, Bill.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for
That
that.
is awesome.
Okay, who else so want to? I think we're missing Fatu, Colom, and Josh tonight. So we have a small team, and then we can go. Maybe we have a second round. or we will finish early, we'll leave. So Nasif and Charlie,
Let me go
if you
quickly.
guys. Mhm.
Yeah, first of all, I had to thank Christelle for the presentation. That was good. I mean, she was involved, in, especially the last page of all these.
Forward.
Come again?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, all this saying that she put it together. That was good. If we could, I mean, if we have that, it will be very, very helpful. And also, we have to thank the author to bring us behind the veil, behind the this any success that we'll be seeing in life, that there too they went through the failures. Because most of the time we don't see the process, we see the final version of it. So we just presume that they just jump from 0 to 1 million in their account, not knowing that, oh, it was difficult for them, maybe they were homeless, maybe they didn't even know where to sleep, blah blah blah. We don't know those things. So it's very, very important to remind ourselves about that, and also to learn to always get back from our failure. Because the difference between someone who is failing or someone who succeeds is the fact that this person who is succeeding know that after that he has to wake up and do it again, or maybe learn from it and start doing. And I have two people who came to my mind when I was reading. It was Elon Musk. He sent a rocket into for tests or this, and maybe after a few seconds it just blow up. And he said, "Oh, we'll just wait and see. We'll have more than that because we are still learning." And those rockets is not 1 million rockets; it's a lot of money. But he is so confident that they are learning from it, so he just feel confident to do it again. And another person that we all know is Nelson Mandela. He said he never failed. Either he win or he lose. He never fail. Why? Because he, let me get, I wrote the quote here. He said, I never lose. I either win or learn. So for him, even though that we might say that, oh, he's losing, no, for him is a way for his lesson, he's learning. So it's very, very important that we remind ourselves. And sometimes it's difficult to remember that, because when you are in the fire or in the front line, you forget that other people as well did that. And that I finish and thank the presenter, Christelle, again. Thank you, Lord. Thank you for your presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nasif.
So,
Yeah.
Thank you, Fred Arun. Yeah, I am driving, and that was why I was hesitating not to chip in right away. But I hope you guys are hearing me. Are
Yeah,
you?
we can hear you. Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, this book is beside learning so much from the book. It's very simple, straightforward, but it is particularly soothing to me. The first thing that I picked from the book is courage. You need to be courageous in life. I have learned it so many times from so many other books, and I this book emphasizes so much on it. If you're courageous, it allows you to make steps. Courageous babies do not even crawl before they even attempt to walk, and failures start. They start falling, but falls do not deter them. Good parents do not even prevent them from trying to walk again, and they try again and again. So instantly we have the retry of failure. After failure, retrying things, we have it as our natural ability. It is instinct to everybody. Now, once we are conscious, we have passed the level of kids and a level of infants. The second thing that I learned from the book is evaluate yourself and see your potential and then strive to reach it. By trying to reach your potential, it should not be limited to what you could do for yourself. It's what you could, the kind of seed you can sow in order to be useful to anyone else, in or in order to be useful to the humanity. And that is when you really, really achieve whatever you are doing in life. Now, going for such a potential and going for whatever you could really achieve requires the first characteristic that he mentioned, which is the courage. The fear will be there, the failures will follow, and as so many from the presenter to Arun and the Shirel said, fear will be your enemy. And in that process, the only thing that is going to stop you will be yourself. So I said it is soothing to me because of the number of failures that I'm, I'm entertaining, but yet it encourages to go forward. And I cannot end it thanking Christelle for this wonderful presentation. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Charlie.
No problem.
Yeah, thanks. So just giving myself it's 9:39. I'm giving myself 3 minutes also. Just to elaborate a little bit. Again, to say thanks to Chriselle. As usual, at the end, you share the presentation with us. At least the page that say forward, the one that Nasif was talking about. Once I print it or make it a little bit larger and put someone in the room to see. Most of my summary, you already cover it. So I'm just gonna add a few thoughts about fear. That's what I would like to elaborate a little bit on, and to just define, like when Shali talk about courage, the courage is not the absence of fear. You see how if you're living and you have emotion, you have a little fear, but you have to go beyond that and do what you have to do and try, right? If you don't try, you won't get any result. And the only way to figure out is when you try, you get the result, right? And we have our Jim Rohn said best. He said one way to do it right is to do it wrong. Do it wrong, but not for so long, right? And then you'll figure out, and you'll know what direction to follow. So the only way to know is just to try, and that's my call is to take action, to take bold action. But if we are kind of not only fear, the we have fear, but also if we are shy, right? If what you need is to ask a question to someone and you're so shy you cannot ask, so that's also you will fail. You will fail because what you need is available there, and just to ask for or to get guidance or get a mentor, someone to, and then you can also. We have to be uncomfortable somehow if really we want to succeed. I think that's what the book is calling for. But before all, we must have a plan. We must have a goal, because if you don't have goal, you can go in any direction, right? That I will stop there, and I really appreciate the example you provided, like Thomas Edison and Nasir talk about Mandela and Elon Musk. Walt Disney also, if you read, one way to learn about failure is to read biography of, people, high achiever, former president, big name like Henry Ford and some people. to read their story, even if we read the Zig Ziglar life story, and then we'll see that, like Nasif say, when the band have a song that is the top one, oh, it's not overnight really. It's after years and years of work and failure. They did some, music, some song before nobody ever heard about. It's only the one that make them successful, known that everyone here, and you feel like, oh, it's not easy like that. And we know that it's not easy. We're gonna try and making, do many try and change direction and just try and make it happen. I'll stop there. Thank you again. Thank everyone.
Thank you, Frekanili. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Fred
Thanks.
Thomas. Yeah.
So yeah, I know it's 9:43. I do have one question for Christelle. When you were presenting, you talk about a book from Joseph Murphy. What is that book?
Oh,
You refer to
Joseph Murphy is The Power
Joseph
of the
Murphy,
Subconscious Mind. We read
the
that
subconscious
already
mind.
too. Yeah, The Power of the Subconscious Mind.
Mind. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
So we have 9:43. If anyone want to still, maybe we can use 7 minutes and close at 9:50. So if anyone want to go in again, you want me to? I can select a volunteer.
Yes, please go ahead. It seems to me that Aaron abruptly ended his comments. Probably he still have things to share.
You
Yeah.
got the wrong person.
No.
No, but no, the most important thing that we have to remember is that
Yeah.
when we are crossing the desert, we have to remember that anyone that we are seeing, they have story to share. They have failure story to share with us. If you hear Elon Musk, at one point of time, he didn't have where to sleep, and he was sleeping in the same warehouse that he was calling as office. It's not because he was obliged to do it, it was because he didn't have where to go and pay for it. So those point of time we had to remember and say, oh, those people are also suffer. We have to have the courage to go again. Otherwise, failure will be our failure will call our name or our you, as the author was emphasizing. Otherwise, I feel like it's a good book to keep reading when we are in a tough place to remember those failure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. As you mentioned, Elon Musk slept in the warehouse. The same applied
Sorry, my
to Jeff
connection dropped.
Bezos.
I
Ah,
don't know
okay.
if it happened for Shirel and Beyond.
No, I was still connected.
Okay, so I was saying that as he said
Hello.
about Elon Musk, yeah, we can hear you.
I can hear you now. I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. My
I
connection dropped
said,
before.
as you mentioned, as Frey Arun mentioned, Elon Musk slept in his warehouse. The same applied to Jeff Bezos, who was sleeping in his office and he was packing things, building boxes himself. The cardboards that he uses to package things to go and drop them off at the post office, he was building them or he was making them himself and then packing all of them, every night or on scooter and going to the post office to drop them off. And that was how he made it. Somebody shared his first office with me once. I should still have that picture. And the same applied to the founder of CNN, who stayed in one apartment where CNN was founded, and that was where he built his family. And they say in one bedroom apartment, he and his wife and his 2 or 3 kids for 10 good years when as he was building, including the office and the headquarter of CNN. Okay, so it's those are things that we never knew about. We just know that those people are very famous, the most richest people in the world, but they have failed so many times before they got there. And another thing that this book said is that it quickly touches what we heard. As you are failing and learning, he said it clearly. Fa- Test, fail, and learn. Test, fail, and learn. And I'll borrow Thomas or Fred Carnegie's say or statement that he said from Jim Rohn: test, fail, learn. But as you are making mistakes, just make sure that you do not repeat your mistakes. You'll still find other mistakes along the line, but make sure that old mistakes are not repeated because you get into the insanity word. But you don't want to stay insane. You just want to learn from your failures and move forward. So but failing, no mom, it is direct, as I was saying, that it is innate in us. Even moms that are fear have all sort of fear of their newborn, when that baby try to walk and falls and be afraid to even try again, they will take that baby up, try and retry, drag that baby, move, try to move his legs or her leg, and so on. They will never give up. Even when the baby come out with abnormalities and then walking becomes a problem. I remember an in-law's daughter who could not walk and she was just sitting all the time. At the age of 6, the mom was still trying to make that baby walk. Every night that she comes home, she'll be massaging the legs. She'll get new recipe which means that we shouldn't give up when we try to define an objective. But he went on and talked about how to other key things like relationship, very key. Continue working on ourselves because we cannot learn, we cannot test in without knowledge. So we have to continue learning. We have to continue working on ourselves, learning, having new things that we want to use to improve whatever we are doing. And relationship is key. Build new relationships, save old ones are key. And learning, also going with Dale Carnegie, learning how to go along with other people, learning how to listen to other people, and so on and so forth. All those characteristics, he put them together in this one book. It's so rich and helping us to, as we are getting those attributes together and those good characteristics together, then we should move on into trying to achieve the highest possible goal that we can. If we want to take one step at a time, yes, do something, get comfortable, then look at it. Have we reached our potential? No. Have we really defined the potential? Yes, then go for it. Go for it with no fear. We will get there eventually, or at least we will be happy to have tried.
So yeah, I will myself also. I like to just pitch in a meditation project or a meditation question for the book club. And if you hear me,
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you
okay.
perfectly.
So the meditation project or question is how tall can a tree grows? How tall can a tree grows?
No,
So
grow.
that's the question. That's the meditation. Yeah, grow. How
Yeah.
tall? Have you ever heard about a lazy tree? Have you ever heard about a tree that goes through procrastination? right?
No, we never heard of a lazy tree. And I do know that trees will have limitations, but I never have that thought or never thought of this
So,
before.
so, so I let you think about it, but I just look when you take the seed. If you keep a seed in a dry, safe place for years, the seed stays with you. But as soon as you put the seed underground and you have moisture, that seed start creating. It look like there is a program, and that program is just always waiting for the condition to start developing, right?
Yes.
And as soon as you put the seed in the dark place and there is the moisture, that seed change and start growing. And we put the roots down in the ground and try to put the leaf outside close to the sun. It doesn't. It never do the opposite. It just goes that way. And as long as you have water, you have nutrient, it will grow and go as tall as is defined in its gene. That's the way the tree grows. The tree never procrastinate and wait. If there is food, the tree will keep growing until it gets to the limit of that species. And then I'm taking that question back to us human. Why are we uh, going like we're not using our potential, right? We can ask ourselves a question. We're smart than trees, right? You agree with that?
Definitely.
And
Yes.
we have opportunity, we have books, we have stuff to grow and do stuff. And why human procrastinate and say, I'll do it tomorrow? The tree cannot move. Is that why the tree doesn't, do anything than just follow the program? Because the Lord that put that information in the seed that is a tree, the same Lord also, if you believe, put the same potential in human,
I think
and we have all of the. Mhm.
I will fight a little bit, or not fight, but
Yeah,
dispute a little bit about that. If you
Mm-hmm.
compare ourselves to the tree,
yeah. Go ahead.
we when we are
Go
evolving,
ahead.
we develop the cortex, the neocortex, where we have a judgment, and that judgment is a double-edged knife.
Oh.
Why?
Mm-hmm.
Because that new cortex now put us to be smarter, and at the same time can be very, very bad for ourselves. Because you will see people who are very, very smart, but they will be consuming drugs. You will see people who are very, very smart, but they will be driving under the influence. So how can you compare that? It doesn't work together, but it's because they are no longer going with their animal instincts, but they are going through their
Mhm.
smartness instinct, which sometimes can be very, very negative for ourselves. But
So
for the
you are
tree,
saying the
it
same thing with
only
me. I mean, we make the choice.
yes,
No,
yes,
human make the choice to not exceed, right? Mhm.
yes,
Okay, so we're
yes.
saying the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
We have the same program and the same potential.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we have just to take ownership. But my subject is still there for meditation. Though remember that. Why? How tall can a tree grows?
That's a
And
good
what
one.
is your excuses?
But
What are my weaknesses?
I thought that you gave us the answer already. You said that the tree will grow up
No.
to what define it in its genes. Is what you said.
Yeah, but I gave it to you for meditation. If the
Now,
tree
if
can
it, if it
grow, why
if it
can't
is a
you
meditation, you are not supposed to give us the answer.
just elaborate about it and just look at
Okay.
it and see how tall can a tree grows? Grow, you say, or grows for children and beyond? You
Grow.
speak English.
Grow.
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 Is that?
Because there's a can already. There's the verb, two verbs following one
Yeah.
another.
No,
Yeah.
no, no.
How
How
tall
tall?
can a tree
Oh,
grow?
because of the
Yeah.
can. Okay, grow.
Yeah, because of the
Yeah, that's
can.
where I'm
Grow.
very excellent in English, but I still continue to try. Um,
Awesome.
thank you.
Thank
Uh,
you. I love the
And
so,
idea.
what you say?
yeah,
No, I said I love the idea of how to meditate on this. I think it's just the the feeling of continuous goodness, because really, like you said, how tall can a tree grow is infinite as much as it can. So I guess it's driving that positive thought through your nerves when you meditate, and just look at infinite possibility. I don't know, but that's what I think about is a wonderful thing to even think about, because um, it brings good vibes. I know, to me anyway. Yeah.
Okay. So thank you all. We have 2 minutes before 10. I don't know if anyone want to use the 1 minute. Uncle Steve or Beyond or Shirel or Chriselle. Okay. So maybe if
yeah.
that's the case,
What
let's
I
move.
can say that, as you said, thank you for even giving us the idea, because I was thinking about physics and see how much the gravity will weigh on the tree and then prevent it, even though it would like to continue growing, wouldn't be able to grow. But you have already given us the answer by saying that the DNA of the tree will define how high it could go. And with all the other adversity, the tree will never stop fighting them, even when there are trouble, hail, storm or whatsoever. Even when the tree is bent down, as soon as it finds a small possibility, it will try and then continue moving up again. So that is what we could learn from your say. I think it is a very good, adage that you brought out, or a thought that you brought out. So what I will say is, let us find our true potential. That is the knowing of the DNA of that tree. By knowing the true potential that we have in ourselves, not to go by contentment or by just simulating to with the environment, or by not pleasing other people. Our DNA is what we were meant to do, what is our destiny, or what is our mission on earth. And we all know that everybody has one small dent to make on this earth by contributing not only to himself, his family, but the humanity. What is our purpose on earth? Once we know it, let's try and go for it and do it like the tree, so that only the adversity, only the environment will be the obstacle, not ourselves. As the tree will never hesitate to get to its destination if the environment allows it to.
Thank you. Thank you, y'all. We are at 10. Thank you, Charlie, and everyone, Nasif,
Mhm.
and Chriselle for the presentation. Next week, we have Fatu presenting Wabi Sabi, Japanese wisdom for a perfectly imperfect life. I think we have the PDF here on the link. Maybe I will copy and paste and send it into the group. And then the week after, that is week, yeah, July 21st, we'll have Die with Zero. I will be the one presenting. Okay, so next week again, I'm gonna cover for Fatu, and that's all I have. I don't know if anyone want to add any word before we close today, or if everyone is okay with that, I would say then have a good night and be blessed. Stay safe and stay in prayer for the people who lose their life and the thing that happened this weekend in the hill country over there. Our prayer to all of them in Kerr County.
Mhm.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good
All
night.
have a
Good
blessed
night.
Bye
night.
bye.
Thank
Yeah.
you, guys. Thank you.
Yeah. Good night.
Uh-huh.
Have a good night.
Good night.